Welcome back, dreamers and romantics. This time, we're basking in the glow as the Hawaiian sun sets, and Lily and Nate's chemistry ignites over a beachside bonfire, leaving them both questioning their carefully constructed worlds. Surrender to the flames of attraction as filters melt away under the moonlight. Chapter 4: Sparks and Setbacks. The sun had long since set, but the beach was far from quiet. A bonfire crackled merrily, casting dancing shadows on the sand. Around it, tourists and locals alike laughed and chatted, the sound of ukulele music drifting through the air. Lily sat on a driftwood log, absently swirling a fruity cocktail. She'd come to the bonfire to capture some authentic nightlife content, but her heart wasn't in it. Her mind kept drifting to the local festival she'd skipped in favor of a sponsored snorkeling trip. The photos had been stunning, but something felt missing.
Is this seat taken?
Lily looked up, startled. Nate stood before her, a bottle of local beer in hand and an amused quirk to his lips.
Nate, no, it's free.
She scooted over, trying to ignore the little flip her stomach did. He settled beside her, close enough that she could smell a hint of sunscreen and something uniquely him.
Fancy meeting you here. No camera tonight?
Lily laughed, holding up her phone.
Always prepared. You?
Nate patted his ever-present camera bag.
Guilty as charged. Though I'm starting to think Hawaii has more to offer than just photo ops.
Their eyes met, and for a moment, the noise of the party faded away. Lily felt a blush creep up her neck and quickly looked away.
So, how was the festival?
A flicker of disappointment crossed Nate's face.
It was great. Very authentic.
He took a swig of his beer.
Shame you couldn't make it.
Lily winced.
Yeah, I had a prior commitment.
Let me guess. Swimming with dolphins? Luau at a 5-star resort?
Snorkeling, actually.
Lily retorted, a defensive edge creeping into her voice.
It was for work.
Hey, no judgment. I'm sure your followers loved it.
An awkward silence fell between them. Lily fidgeted with her drink, while Nate seemed suddenly fascinated by the fire. Just as Lily was considering making an excuse to leave, a gust of wind sent sparks flying from the bonfire. One landed on Nate's shirt, and he yelped, jumping up and batting at it frantically. Without thinking, Lily grabbed her drink and tossed it at Nate's chest. The spark fizzled out, leaving Nate standing there, dripping and smelling of pineapple and rum. For a beat, they stared at each other in shock. Then, simultaneously, they burst into laughter.
My hero.
Nate chuckled, plucking at his soaked shirt.
Though I think the cure might be worse than the disease.
Lily covered her mouth, torn between mortification and amusement.
I'm so sorry, I panicked.
No, it's fine. I've always wanted to smell like a tropical cocktail.
Nate's eyes twinkled with mirth.
Though I have to say, this isn't quite the authentic Hawaii experience I had in mind.
Lily giggled, the tension from earlier melting away.
Well, maybe you need an expert to show you around. I hear I'm pretty good at finding Instagram-worthy spots.
Oh, really?
Nate raised an eyebrow.
And what would the great Lily Chen recommend for a humble photographer like myself?
Lily tapped her chin thoughtfully.
How about a sunrise hike? I know a spot that's supposed to be amazing.
The words were out before she could second-guess them. Nate looked surprised, then pleased.
A sunrise hike, huh? Sounds pretty authentic to me. You're on.
As their laughter subsided, Nate plucked at his soaked shirt.
Well, I think I owe you a drink now. What's your poison?
Lily smiled, a bit sheepish.
Another Piplasa Colada would be great, thanks.
Coming right up. Don't go anywhere.
Nate said with a wink, heading towards the makeshift bar. Lily watched him go, still chuckling to herself. She turned back to the fire, lost in thought. The flames danced, casting a warm glow on her face and hair. Nate was on his way back with their drinks when he stopped short. The sight of Lily, bathed in the firelight, took his breath away. Without thinking, he set the drinks down on a nearby table and reached for his camera. Click, click, click. Lily turned at the sound, her eyes widening when she saw Nate with his camera.
What are you doing?
Nate lowered the camera, suddenly self-conscious.
I'm sorry, I should have asked. It's just, the light was perfect and you looked so...
So what?
Lily asked, her tone a mix of annoyance and curiosity.
real.
Nate finished softly.
You looked real.
Lily's irritation faded, replaced by a flutter of something she couldn't quite name.
Can I see?
Nate hesitated, then nodded, moving to sit beside her. He pulled up the photos on his camera's display. Lily's breath caught. The images were stunning. In them, she saw a version of herself she barely recognized. Relaxed, unguarded, beautiful in a way that had nothing to do with careful poses or perfect lighting.
Nate, these are incredible,
She whispered. He rubbed the back of his neck, a faint blush coloring his cheeks.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Lily confirmed, unable to take her eyes off the photos.
you have a real talent.
Nate's face lit up.
So do you, you know. Your photos, they're different from mine, sure, but they're art too. The way you capture beauty, even if it's curated, it takes skill.
Lily felt a warm glow in her chest. How long had it been since someone had seen her work as more than just influencer stuff?
Maybe.
She said slowly.
Maybe we could collaborate sometime. Your raw style, my eye for composition.
I'd like that.
Nate said, his smile genuine.
We could create something really special.
Their eyes met, and for a moment the rest of the world faded away. Lily felt herself leaning in slightly, drawn by some invisible force. Then, simultaneously, both their phones buzzed loudly. The spell broken, they jumped apart. Lily fumbled for her phone, seeing a notification from her on-again, off-again boyfriend back home. "Miss you, babe. Can't wait for you to get back." The warm glow in her chest turned to a knot of guilt. What was she doing? Beside her, Nate's own phone chimed. He glanced at it, his smile fading slightly.
Ah, my agent. Probably wondering where those authentic shots are.
They both pocketed their phones, the moment shattered. Lily cleared her throat.
So, sunrise hike, meet at the hotel lobby at 5?
Nate nodded, his smile returning but not quite reaching his eyes.
It's a date. I mean, not a date, just...
Right, of course.
Lily said quickly.
Just two friends exploring Hawaii.
Exactly.
Nate stood, gesturing to his still damp shirt.
I should probably go change before I attract every mosquito on the island. See you in the morning?
Lily nodded, watching as he walked away. She sighed, turning back to the fire. What had started as a simple trip for content was becoming complicated. But as she pictured Nate's face, alight with passion as he showed her his photos, Lily couldn't bring herself to regret it. Not yet, anyway.